What is up, YouTube? So today I got an installation video for you, and what it's going to entail is installing your trailer hitch plug. So we're going to install that and see how easy it is to install and see if it's actually worth purchasing the dual output one. What we have here is the wiring harness, including 7 wires. Okay, everything you need to install that, including heat shrink and all that jazz. Okay, and then over here we got the kit itself that you're gonna plug your trailer into, the wiring stuff. But the cool thing, or the neat thing about this one, is it has the large plug, right, for the newer style stuff, and it also has the older style one. This one doesn't have the extra pin for the electronic brakes, unfortunately. But yeah, so we're gonna get this installed, and just like you, I don't know how to install it, so let's get to installing it. So as you can see, I got 2 different brands, and the reason for that was not because you have to, but because I got this at an affordable deal. This was 10 bucks, and typically they're gonna run you like 15 or 20 depending on the brand and depending on where you get it. And then this one here isn't because it was cheap, but because what it offered and how well it's like made. Okay, so let's start over here with this. So of course you got your seal and stuff. Everything that's a wiring harness is going to be similar, so don't trip on that too much. It's just plug and play. But the cool thing about this Kurt one is it came with this nice installation instructions here, and as you can see, I'll take a picture of this and post it up so you could actually physically pause the video and see everything. But as you can see, it has the whole layout really nicely labeled. And then you got these metal connectors, which I'm not going to use because I'm going to solder. And then you have these heat shrink little segments of tube, and then some zip ties. So they give you a pretty nice setup there, okay, for 10 bucks. All right, and then you have the OEM replacement Hopkins kit. And this is supposedly supposed to go on a vehicle that's already includes one of these and the receptacle, and basically it takes its place. But this one also comes with an option to change that if you don't have one. So one thing you might want to consider if you're going to solder is to get a soldering iron set up, of course, but you're going to want to get a probe with the light on it if you don't know what colors to choose from, if your wiring isn't straightforward. And basically what you do with this probe is you clamp it onto a ground point, and then you touch each wire to see what it does. So if you turn on your turn signal, you could put that on the wires until you see it light up, and then you'll know that that's part of the turn signal, because it'll send power to it. Same thing with the run lights or whatever it is you have. The same operation applies. Okay, so to install the screws, you're going to need a 1/2 inch socket, and as you can see, I already installed it. There's the bracket, and what I did was I tapped it in directly to the post, because if not, I'd tap it into this area or this one, the flat, and I wouldn't be able to get the second screw on there. So, and I don't want to tap it into my bumper, because you'll see the screws. So given the flat, it should fit in there like that. I don't want to snap it in yet, so that way I could have room, but this is what it should look like. You have about, say, 6 inches or so from the edge of the bumper. So the only issue that I could see being so far back is your pigtail not reaching it, but I made sure that it was perfectly in line. This tip right here was perfectly aligned with this right here, so that way when you hook up your when you hook up your chain, it doesn't interfere with it, so it could like kind of hang down up out of the way. Yeah, so that's where it's gonna sit. And if you need to extend it, you could always make your own extension for those trailers that are a little that have little stubbies on them. But there you go. Initially what I was going to do was just color match. So white to white, that's ground, green's not ground. And then you have the brown, which is your run lights and tail lights. So brown to brown. And then you have yellow, which is your left turn and brake signal. And then you have your green, which is your right turn and brake signal. And then you have 3 additional wires, okay? So the blue, or the purple itself, this one right here, goes to the reverse lights, okay? And then your black will go to the battery power, okay? And then your blue here is your brake control, so if you have your electronic brakes, okay? I won't be using this one right here. I might want to hook up the black, I'm not sure yet. And then of course these two, the green of course is the right turn signal, but the purple is for reverse lights. I'm gonna have to run another wire. Might be able to tap into one of these if they activate reverse lights. I'll have to look into that, but I might just run this all the way to my reverse lights and add another one. But the blue brake controller, I'm not gonna run that wire because you have to run it all the way up to the dash up there, and I'm not gonna have electronic brakes on this truck, so that one's gonna go off. And then the black, the power, I don't know if that's like an accessory power or what, but I may run that or may not. So those 2 wires. So that just leaves the reverse one. I gotta figure out where to tie that one into. Okay, so for now, the way I did it was I hooked it up color to color, and then the 3 I'm gonna leave like this, so that way they could be accessed in the future. The cool thing about the heat shrink that they gave me, it's marine grade, so it oozes out with this sticky stuff that basically seals it. It's like a glue. Now I'm just gonna tape everything up again and tuck it up in there. Okay, so as you can see, everything's in there. Works out perfect. I zip tied everything to this bar up there, and then as you could just see, you want to make sure you got clearance for your spare tire, of course, so keep that in mind. I like everything tucked in as close as possible, and that's what it looks like. So that's going to complete today's video. If you like this and it helped you out, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you want to see content like this and other content I'll be posting in the near future, definitely consider subscribing. Until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one.